Why play Xerath mid? Well, he brings amazing long-range poke, his wave clear is brilliant, his ultimate gives him semi-global pressure, and he just deals massive damage. However, he is a mobile with no defensive abilities, and he is very skillshot reliant so can struggle against high mobility. Xerath's passive is periodically his next basic attack restores a chunk of mana, and this amount is doubled if the attack was against an enemy champion, and each time he kills an enemy the cooldown of this ability is reduced. Xerath's Q causes him to charge the ability while he becomes gradually more slowed as the ability gradually increases in range. Upon release, it is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to all enemies hit. Xerath's W places a circle on the floor, and after a short delay, all enemies inside are dealt damage and slowed, and enemies hit by the center of this ability take more damage and are slowed even further. Xerath's E is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to the first target hit and stuns them, and the duration of the stun is increased the further the skill shot traveled. Xerath's ultimate causes him to channel into his artillery stance for 10 seconds. During this time, he can press R again to fire out a circle onto the floor, which after a short delay deals damage to all enemies within. He starts off having 4 of these projectiles to shoot, then he gets 5 when it's leveled up again, and 6 when it's leveled up for the final time. In addition, every time he hits at least one enemy champion with one of these, the damage from all the next ones of that cast are increased. For combos, your very basic poke in lane is simply W into Q. If you land E first, follow it up with Q, W, and attack. And your all-in combo is a W into Q and E. From here, enter ultimate form and start spamming out the damage. For matchups, Xerath does great into shorter range mages who he can constantly poke for free, and he can struggle against mobile assassins who will dodge his abilities and get onto him. For runes, take this. Comet is just great extra damage. For build order, start Ring and Pot into Eludence and Tier 2 boots. From here, a Shadow Flame and Hat is just ridiculous damage before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start W then Q then E before maxing Q then W then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Teleport. However, against those more difficult assassin matchups, Barrier is a lifesaver. Starting the game, as always, your main focus is going to be on farming as hard as you can. However, while doing this as Xerath, you have the ability to absolutely poke the heck out of your opponent. And most of the time, you're able to do this while also pushing the wave. Your W can be avoided. However, if they stand still to attack and you use it in that moment, it's incredibly difficult to avoid. And then of course, because W slows them, your Q now becomes pretty free to land too. And between your passive and the fact we go Presence of Mind and Mana Flow band in the rune tree, you just have tons of mana. You can use E for devastating trades if you can land it. However, it is your one safety tool, so make sure to play safe when it's on cooldown. And once you hit level 6, you can just use it to poke your opponent out of lane, but it's incredibly strong if you push the wave out and then use it to influence a different lane. Entering the mid game, your bot lane will normally come mid, which puts your golden experience in the side lane. Push it out and get back to mid. Entering late game team fights, before the fight even starts, you want to poke as much as possible. At this point in the game, landing a Q or W on an enemy backline carry will half health them. Otherwise, play the backline mage and just spam out spell after spell, and use your ultimate to execute fleeing enemies. And that's how you play Xerath mid. If this video helped you, leave a like and comment below who you want to see next.